You turn on the AC, that's for sure. Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at TransGuide in a second. First off, I want to tell you about this right here. This is a head-on collision, a major accident, east side of town, Pioneer at Rigsby. They're not too far from Roland there. Again, a head-on collision. We're just getting some information on that. We'll keep an eye on this and let you know more about that. As you take a look at TransGuide, the only other thing out there was that rollover accident we saw earlier on the TransGuide camera at 37 in Goliad. So we'll check traffic again in just a few minutes.
First on Fox, DPS troopers have released the name of a 3-year-old San Antonio girl killed in a rollover accident. Her name is Luz Kalunga. Karen Martinez is live in the newsroom with this sad story this morning. Karen.
Well, Kimberly, troopers say the girl and her family were just coming home from a vacation in Corpus Christi when her mom lost control of her Toyota pickup. The impact killed the 3-year-old. The accident happened off I-37 South, just southeast of Pleasanton, close to 8 last night. Investigators say the victim's mother, also named Luz Kalunga, lost control of her vehicle after her rear left tire had a blowout and the vehicle flipped. The mother was not injured, but her 3-year-old daughter did not survive her injuries. 2 other girls in the pickup were also hurt. 5-year-old Clarice Kalunga suffered head injuries, and 12-year-old Cassandra suffered a back injury. They were both taken to South Texas Regional Medical Center in Jourdanton. The hospital is not releasing a condition on the girls this morning. DPS troopers say everyone in the vehicle was wearing a seatbelt. Ernie?
All right, Karen, thank you very much for that. New this morning, police are investigating a sexual assault case after being called to the Methodist Specialty and Transplant Hospital over the weekend. Officers have learned the abuse may have actually been going on for years. Officers were called to that hospital yesterday. Police believe the victim is a relative of the suspect. He is 41-year-old Francisco Samaniego. Now, he has been charged with aggravated sexual assault, and according to an arrest warrant, the suspect may be the father of the victim's child, and the abuse may have started when the victim was in the 6th grade. Meanwhile, a young boy on his bike gets hit by an oncoming car as he attempts to get away from some angry dogs. It happened last night around 10:30 at the intersection of Leal and North Colorado. That is on the city's west side. Police say the 14-year-old boy was being chased down by those dogs, making him cross into the intersection. And that's when a Mustang going south on Colorado struck the boy, throwing him from his bike. He was taken to University Hospital. He is in stable condition right now. The driver who hit him will not face any charges.
The debate over the future of the Freeman Coliseum will be the hot topic today. Another public meeting is scheduled for tonight. One of the proposals is to demolish the Freeman Coliseum. The other proposal would include a huge makeover to the facility. Now, both cost between $130 and $140 million. Tonight's public hearing is at the Claude Black Community Center. That is on the 2800 block of East Commerce. It runs from 6 to 7:30 this evening.
The military says the Israeli Air Force has carried out strikes in southern Lebanon despite an agreement to halt raids for 48 hours. Meanwhile, a media report says Hezbollah guerrillas in Lebanon have fired rockets into northern Israel. No casualties were reported there. Meanwhile, in Iraq, at least 25 people were kidnapped today from a cell phone store in Baghdad. It comes as gunmen opened fire on municipal street sweepers, killing 1 and injuring 2 more. A senior intelligence official was also shot dead in a drive-by shooting.
Back here at home, school is just about to start in a couple of weeks, and registration begins today for SAISD students new to the district. Now, you will have to register your child at the campus he or she will attend. Registration is from 8 to 11 a.m. and 1 to 3 p.m. from now until August 11th. You can bring a birth certificate, the child's social security number, shot records, a recent report card, and proof of residency. Oh, Ernie, and speaking of registering, it's getting close to Idol time.
Yes, we want to make sure and get you a guaranteed audition when Idol swings into town on Friday, August the 11th.
Yes, we've got our own Joe Vithiathil out at Our Lady of the Lake University this morning. There he is. He is looking for that lucky person. Do we have any luck yet, Joe?
Well, guys, the good news is there's plenty of time right here. This is where you can enter for a guaranteed American Idol audition. No waiting, no lines, no camping out all night. We've been talking with Professor Victor Trevino here about performing for the camera. Now, what should prospective American Idols look for? What do they need to do to connect with the camera, as they say?
Well, I think one of the most important characteristics to look for is having a good sense of self in terms of poise, self-assurance, that kind of thing. And perhaps maybe more important than anything else is just finding a way, finding a means to feel comfortable walking in your own shoes. In other words, just be yourself. If you're singing a song or if you're acting in a show or whatever, find something within that medium that transcends part of you, who you are, that touches, comes from your inner core so that you're you. People relate with the real you, and I think that's the important thing to keep in mind.
So if you're a gigantic nerd like myself, act like a gigantic nerd. Sounds good. Okay, we're going to have more from Our Lady of the Lake University. Thanks, Professor Trevino. I'm Joe Pathathul for Fox News First.
Oh,
thanks, Joe.
He's a very funny nerd, though.
Yes, he is.
All righty, Mr. V, thank you very much. It is 8:07 coming up. If you want your child to learn Spanish, it is very important to start them very young, but when should you begin teaching them a second language? We're going to take a look at that.
And Adam Kruger is also here. He'll have a look at the forecast a little bit later, but give us a little tease right now.
Well, there's actually something in the tropics that could be bringing a rain chance our way within the next 7 days. We'll be talking about that in a little bit. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning is made possible by Appliance Smart.
Need a new refrigerator? Come to Appliance Smart. We have hundreds to choose from, and you can take it home today.
Appliance Mart with 2 locations in San Antonio for you to save.
The San Antonio School for Inquiry and Creativity, not your typical school. Since students often feel their education doesn't relate to the world around them, we consider their multiple ways of learning, balance the arts and sciences, encourage a sense of belonging and purpose, because understanding ourselves and the world around us is what really matters.
I'm finally getting better grades now. Because of the smaller classroom sizes, I'm starting to get lots of individualized attention.
I love the fact that I can reach out to the community, help other people, and make a difference.
San Antonio School for Inquiry and Creativity. Register today.
I was passenger in a car with my son Robbie here. Some drunk driver hit us going 70 miles an hour and ran off. All I cared about was taking care of my son. But then I lost my job because of the accident. At the hospital, they said they couldn't help us. I was amazed when Wainwright helped me get the medical care I needed. I don't think anybody else could have done for us what Wainwright did.
If you've been injured, call attorney Wainwright 24/7.
You deserve respect and justice, so we demand it.
It's Watson's Pool, Spa, and Patio Furniture Clearance Sale.
Save 20 to 50% on floor models and other clearance sale products.
24-foot pools, only $12.99.
Plus free winter cover.
Free coordinator.
Free installation.
And 6 months, same as cash.
Cal Spas, Artesian and Viking floor model spas. 4-person spa, only $19.99. Cal Spas from $38.99.
Save up to 50% on all clearance sale patio furniture. From basic to elegant, it all must go.
That's Watson's. Watsons.com.
With work, life, and the mighty Mustangs in full swing, it's hard to find time to sit down for a meal, much less as a family. But with Luby's, everyone gets their favorite, and I get everyone at one table.
Try Luby's new blackened tilapia zydeco with tender crawfish, our traditional King Ranch chicken, or our grilled lemon basil mahi-mahi. Each classic combo comes with 2 sides and a roll starting at $7.99.
I just love Luby's.
Tastes like Texas, feels like home.
You're watching Fox News First.
Welcome back. Just about 8:10 on a Monday morning. And if you have a little one and you've always wanted to raise a bilingual child, there is no time like the present to get things started.
Rick Gonzalez is with the Aragon Spanish Academy in San Antonio, and they have a program specifically designed to teach kids the Spanish language at a very young age. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. First up, why is it so important to teach them young? I know they're sponges when they're young, but why not wait till they're 5 or 6?
Sure. Well, research has shown that the best time, the window is widest open at the early years. I mean, beginning from birth till 6 years old, there's connections being made in the brain that allow a child to learn very quickly and to pick up a lot of things that it's harder to do when they get older.
And this is actually some video from the Aragon Spanish Academy.
Some of the things that you guys do there. And just explain what we're seeing here and how the program works. How do you teach a child that young another language?
Right.
Well, this is our preschool program right here. So the teacher is there's no more than 8 children, and they're leading the children through a series of preschool activities. So essentially, they're speaking to them in Spanish, but they're doing the same sort of things that they do in an English-speaking preschool, which are very interactive, hands-on. And so they're hearing the language in Spanish, but they are you know, maybe they're playing with a toy. Well, they're hearing the word for toy in Spanish.
Right. Well, you know,
so
a lot of parents
they get to understand it.
A lot of parents probably think, well, I can teach them that at home. I mean, I'm, you know, fluent in Spanish. How is it different?
Well, it's a lot different because they're not. Most parents aren't trained to do it, and they don't have the patience. And a lot of times, especially if, for instance, English is the main language spoken, the child will be reluctant to speak to the parent in another language because they're used to speaking to the parent in whatever that first language is.
Right.
What about those concerns, too, that, hey, if I start talking in Spanish, it might confuse them, that if they hear toy in English and then they hear juguete or whatever in Spanish, they're going to confuse the child.
Right. Well, that's the wonderful thing about the brain because it's able to take all that in, and the child is able to separate it. The brain separates it. They can't do it consciously.
Now, the parents may not be able to separate it. Their brain may not work that way, but the kids can. You guys have a website, and it is www.aragonspanishacademy.com. Parents can log on and get all the info they need, prices,
They can find out about the different programs we offer or schedules.
Okay, and it's AragonAcademy.com, not Spanish Academy.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's on the
Let
screen
me
there.
clarify,
Thank you
please.
for clarifying that.
Yes.
Well, it's fascinating stuff, and you guys start really young with that, so we'll encourage people to check the website, and we appreciate you coming in, Rick.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thanks so much.
You are very welcome. It is 8:12 coming up. Adam Kruger, he's looking in his crystal ball right now. Going to find out if there's any rain in that crystal ball, see what's going on with that.
And come rain or shine, we're going to show you how you can get a guaranteed audition for American Idol. Doesn't get any better than that. That's coming up.
American Idol is TV's